you so fucking done with whatever has been causing complete chaos and destruction in your life for the last 18 months, 2 years? Yeah, me too. But it is coming to an end, so let's talk about it. I'm Tigris. I am the Sky Witch. I love talking everything magic and stars. So if that is your jam too, make sure to hit that follow button. Today we are talking about the North and South Node and how they are about to shift signs from Virgo and Pisces into the Leo Aquarius axis. Yeah, that's a lot of like garbly goop words, so let me explain what that means. The North Node and the South Node are a calculated point that has been determined by mathematicians, aka ancient astrologers, as a way to predict where eclipses are going to happen. And so an eclipse happens when the sun and the moon come into their new moon or their full moon formation, but in the exact place. Because sometimes like the sun and the moon might actually be lined up like this. Okay, does that make sense when I'm like holding the camera, right? Like the sun is here and the moon is here and it's still a new moon. Or the sun is here and the moon is here and it's still a full moon. But when they line up at the point of the nodes, the new moon happens like this and the full moon happens like this. It is like an exact or partial. It can be a partial eclipse too, but like that's the point, is that these calculated points tell us where this is going to happen. And this was of interest to mathematicians of ancient times because it can be a pretty scary thing to see the sun be swallowed in the sky. That's actually why in some philosophies the North Node and the South Node are called the head and the tail of the dragon, because the head of the dragon swallows the sun. And the sun is everything. So for it to be swallowed and to create darkness during the day, it is a big deal. And so astrologers wanted to know when that was going to happen. And over time, we learned more about that. The head of the dragon is ravenous. It is hungry. It is never-ending force in a specific direction that doesn't want to stop. The tail of the dragon, that is a place of comfort or familiarity or release. I feel good here. I feel comfortable here. I've been here before. There is like an element in astrology where some astrologers will use the nodes to talk about past lives. That is certainly a thing. It is not a philosophy that I am personally trained in, but I do understand how they get there with the idea that this South Node is that place of familiarity. Because that's what they're saying. It's like your South Node tells you about your past lives. Oh, woo! Okay, cool. It's a place of familiarity. It's a place of like, what do I need to release in order to gain what I came here to gain? Head, hungry. Tail, pooping. I feel like that's pretty straightforward. Okay. This is important that this shift is coming because for the last year and a half, 2 years, there is going to be an area of our lives that was just being thrown around and shaken up by this dragon energy. And this is where eclipses have been. So on the Virgo-Pisces axis, there have been eclipses and crazy things have been happening. I'm going to direct you over to my Gemini Moonisms podcast with my friend Brandy, where we could hear about her eclipse story with that first Pisces eclipse. It's really cool. That is getting released on August 12th with the next eclipse. Yeah, heads up, there's an eclipse on August 12th. That will be in the sign of Leo. I'm getting ahead of myself because I really just want to talk about the fact that this shift is getting us from this one area of life where we're looking at what we need to change and grow, and it's moving into a new area of life. We have an eclipse on August 12th that's happening in Leo. We have an eclipse on August 28th that is actually happening in Pisces. So even though the nodes have moved into the new signs just because of where the lunations are, as I said, keeping in mind that it could be a partial eclipse, That's what's happening here. The nodes have moved into Aquarius, but the sun and moon are having their meetup. It's actually a full moon, so the moon is going to be in Pisces and the sun is going to be in Virgo, but it's close enough to the nodes that it's going to create this eclipse situation. And that really is our final ending here. Eclipses bring in beginnings and endings. And as we see this shift into a new area of life, it's giving us the very opportunity to say, here is a taste of what's coming, and here is the end of what needs to finish. I really hope that it happens nicely and gently for you, but eclipses don't necessarily land in that manner. So it is about the hunger. When you're hungering for something, when you are ravenous for something, it's not normally a gentle experience. You are going for it. You are not paying attention to what else is happening because you have the vision, you have the sight, you have the path, you're going for it. And so there's going to be something new that you're going to go for. It's a new opportunity for growth and expansion. But all growth comes with release. And you have to make sure that you are releasing what no longer serves you so that you can make space for the growth that's coming in. And that's what you're getting here too. So August 12th, we're going to get that Leo eclipse. August 28th, we're going to get that Pisces eclipse. We'll talk about that more in more videos as we get closer. Today we're just talking about the energy shifting on its own without that eclipse intensity. We're at this place where we're saying, I am done with whatever changes have to be made, right? If this has been happening for you in your 10th and 4th houses, because it's on an axis, it always happens in opposite places, 10 and 4 across from each other. You're probably really sick and tired of the stuff that's been happening at home and the stuff that's been happening in your career, and you're really ready for it to stabilize. If this has been happening in your 5th house and your 11th house, because those are opposite from each other, you might be really sick and tired of things that are happening with your hobbies and your friends, children, and the groups that you participate in. There's been a tension there that has been changing, demanding difference. It's ending. Now, it also might be beginning. If Leo Aquarius is your 5th and 11th house, then something new is going to happen in those areas of your life. So just be open to them. Be aware if you've been feeling tired, if you've been feeling like you're just so exhausted and you can't handle it anymore. Some relief is going to happen in that specific area. New stuff comes, that's just the way it goes, life carries on. But I am very curious on where the nodes are in your chart. That can make a difference in terms of how this series of eclipses is going to impact you. For example, if you have Leo and Aquarius nodes, this would be a nodal return or a nodal half return, and it's going to be like a check-in point for you. That might be so very different if you have nodes in, we'll say, Cancer and Capricorn, because you might not see this series as big as you might if you had placements that were right there. Every chart is different. You are the one that needs to know your chart best. It's just how the magic comes more effectively. You'll be able to see the little things and patterns in ways that nobody else can. But I love to unlock this stuff. So if you want to know more about what's going on with astrology, make sure to hit that follow button and drop me a comment. Again, I want to know where your notes are. You have a beautiful day, and I hope to see you again soon.